Hey y'all, it's me. Saturday, it's raining in the hot tub, loving freaking life. And guess what? I'm winning. And you're winning. You're winning because you are here watching the best channel on YouTube that deals with surviving divorce. And if you're new, please like, subscribe, comment, right? And come along with us on this journey as we survive divorce, no matter what age you are 50, 25, 35, 45, everything in between 68, 78, whatever. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about we're going back to Tinder. Now, if you were in the last episode, it kind of got kind of crazy. We were looking at women in Istanbul and then also in Ireland and then in Arkansas. But now today we're going to talk about what? Now, once you pay to play and you get a platinum membership in Tinder and go global and see all the different type of women that are out there, so you know that the one that left you or that you left or that you're divorced from is not the end all be all of women. What happens when someone says, hey, you know what, I actually like you too, let's meet up? Holy shit. Then what happens? And I'm just going to go over some few things that a friend of mine told me from experience that absolutely will keep you from not closing the deal. Or as in the movie Glengarry Glen Ross, coffee's for closers, always be closing. You want to close the deal, right? I mean, hell, you're going to meet them, so you might as well close the deal. So these are some things that will prevent you from closing the deal, and they are so simple. They are just so minute that we often overlook them. I don't, but some of you out there do because I have women who have told me that you do. So how are we going to start this? The best way I can do it is give an analogy of a motor vehicle, of a car. Now, I'm not going to speak for every guy because some guys don't like cars. They like trucks and they like mud. And so you know what? This video ain't for you. You go do your own thing. But for those of us who do like cars and like to take care of the things that we pay for, I need you to think about how you take care of your car, if you take care of it. You usually wash it. You usually make sure the interior is clean. You make sure it smells good. Make sure the tires are looking good. You put the Armor All on the tires. You might even have some nice fancy mag wheels for the tires to sit on, right? You do all those things. You make sure your windows are clean. And if you really fly, you get tinted windows. You might have some monograms put on your car. You know, because why? Because your car is a statement of who you are, what you do, what you believe in, and whatnot. Well, holy shit. Isn't that the same when you go out and you meet a woman for the first time? It absolutely is. So now I have a friend, and she had came back from a date, first time date. She met someone on Facebook Match or Facebook's dating app. And she came back and I was like, well, how'd it go? And she was beside herself. She's like, holy shit, I went and met this guy. At least he could have put some effort into dressing himself up. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, his shoes were dirty, his coat was grubby, and he just overall did not look like he put any thought into what he put on. And so that immediately set the stage for we are not a match. And I'm like, well, why would that be an indicator that you're not a match? And her answer was quite clever, and I totally understand it. She says, because, well, first of all, if a person doesn't pay attention to some of the small details, then how are they going to take care of me? How are they going to look after me? I was like, damn, that's brilliant. And then the other thing is, you know, she was like, you know, look, if the person does not even care about what they look like or how they present to themselves, well, when you're with me on a date or we're doing things, you are an extension of me. It says something about who I am. So if you don't take care of yourself and you're with me, then that's what it says about me, that I don't care about those things that matter. I don't care about people who don't take care of themselves. I'm slobbing, I'm sloppy, whatever. But it is a bad reflection on me. Now, before you even go out there and want to be like, oh, what do women know? Listen, I'm telling you, this ain't no young woman. This is a woman over 60, all right? And what she said is absolutely valid. And now let's go back to the freaking car. Why, when we were younger, let's go back to our younger days when we had a car, we spend our hard money, we get a car, and we want that car to look sharp, and we want it to look nice, and we want it to be waxed, and we want it to, to sound good and smell good and look good. Why are we doing that? Because it's a reflection of who we are. Maybe it's a reflection of I got a job. Maybe it's a reflection of I care. Maybe it's kind of like I want to attract the chicks. Because what? I'd be like the peacock. I'm going to spread the tail with all the beautiful colors to attract the female. So the fact is that men in their lives, we make our cars look nice because it's a reflection of us. You know what else we do? We make look nice also? Our tennis shoes. Yep, that's right. There are thousands upon thousands of you out there who love to go to the store and buy the best and the newest Jordans, Timberlands, or whatever. You make sure those shoes stay clean. You make sure they stay nice. Make sure that they don't have any smudges on them. Why? Because that's your style. Because it's a reflection of you. Well, you have to take that also into dating. When you go meet somebody, you have to understand that your appearance is a reflection of you. Now, maybe that is who the guy was. Maybe he's just a sloven, sloppy, I don't give a fuck kind of guy. All right? Well, and that's absolutely fine because I'm sure that there are women out there who are looking for sloven, sloppy, I don't give a fuck guys. But this person wasn't. And this guy shot himself in the foot before he could even get started. And you know how I know? Because I asked her. I said, when did you notice that his shoes were fucked up? And you know what she said? Well, I parked closer to the bar, and he parked it down, so he was walking towards me. And as he was walking towards me, I saw that his shoes had these big end New Balance or Walmart shoes, and they were dirty. That's before he even got into earshot to say, hello, I'm so-and-so. She noticed his shoes. And then I asked her, I said, well, when did you notice that his coat was dirty? She says, well, we're sitting down and, we're talking and I'm trying to be, listen to what he says, but I'm also checking him out too because, maybe I'm going to be with this guy and be romantically inclined or whatnot. And I'm looking at his coat and it's dirty and it's dingy and the clothes don't match. And it was just like, so my question to her was like, what if he was the perfect sizzling individual and just had a fucked up packaging? And her response was, you know what? I'm human. Basically, the packaging matters. The packaging matters. So guys, I was married 13 years and now I'm back on the dating market. Some of you have been married 20 years, 30 years, and you're back on the dating market. Listen, it matters. You're gonna go on Tinder and expand your horizons and redefine your definition of beauty and the type of women that you want. There is a great possibility that you will meet someone that will want, contact someone who will want to go out and meet you. Don't fuck it up by not paying attention to the small details. Make sure you have on nice fucking shoes. Don't wear sneakers. You're a grown-ass man, right? Have some clean clothes on. Because it also, and she didn't say this, but I'm saying this. If I'm sitting there and I'm looking across for someone who's like shoes are fucked up, clothes are dirty and dingy and wrinkled, you know what else I'm thinking? I'm thinking, and I'm sure the women are thinking this too, it's like, did this motherfucker even take a shower? And then if it's like, and then you know where it goes from there. And she's thinking, well, she ain't taking a shower. He's like, shit, well, he sure ain't getting a blowjob tonight. Or I'm sure ain't having sex with somebody who freaking is dirty and hasn't showered. But see, these are the logical conclusions that someone can come to and arrive at if you don't do the basics. Take care of yourself. Know what you're gonna wear. Make sure your shit is clean, all right? I even asked her, I said, I said, hey, listen, how long in advance did you know you were going out with this person? She was like, about a day or so. And I said, well, okay, then, how long did it take you to get ready and decide what you were gonna wear? She was like, She just freshened up her makeup and everything like that, but she knew what she was wearing because she had that morning. It was kind of like a continuation of what she had on, and her makeup was a continuation of what she had done the morning. But the point is that she gave thought to what she was going to look like, how she was going to appear, and the statement that her looks and how she was dressed was going to convey to the other person. Well, this other person comes in there all dressed up and all fucked up, basically. Well, what does that say to the woman? It's like, well, shit, he doesn't give a fuck about me. He can't even take the time for the first meet. And we're not talking about every single time. We're talking about the very first time a person lays eyes on you. For the very first time, you can't take the time to present yourself in a decent manner. It's like, dudes, all right? And this goes all the way back to what I'm just saying about surviving divorce. You've been given a golden opportunity, a do-over, right? You have a chance now to go out, and there's women all over the world to meet, to court, to replace the ex. But what you have to do is you have to do some fucking work. You have to change yourself, improve yourself, make yourself a better version of yourself. And you know what? It makes me want to think every time when I hear stuff like this, it's like, no wonder the ex left. If that's the case, if the ex left. It's like, dude, you can't get dressed properly. You're a fucking adult over 60 years old. And that goes for any of us too. You're an adult over 50, over 40. You can't even take the time to make sure your shoes are clean, that your coat is clean and pressed and wrinkled, that your colors are coordinated. What the fuck, guys? So I don't want to hear any guys on these websites and stuff continue to complain about she left me for another man. She would always complain that, I didn't look like this person, or I was deficient in this area and that area. Well, look, shit, it looks like there were clues being given out, at least in this guy's case, probably clues were given. And it was, I think I asked her, how many times this guy had been married? She said, twice. So what does that tell you? This guy's he had 2 do-overs, and he fucked it up both times. All right, listen. There are lovely women out there for you to meet, to be your next partner, to go with you on the next journey the rest of your life. But you've got to do the work. Not only do you have to make sure that you're dressing properly and that you take the time to be concerned about how you look, but you also have to do the mental work too. Learn how to communicate, right? Learn how to be a better man. Learn how to think outside the box. And that, I guarantee you, will help you close. Remember, always be closing. And that's what it's about. It's about closing. And you can't close if in the first moments from walking from the car to the door of the bar, you've already shot yourself in the foot because you already look fucked up. All right? And one last pro tip, a hint, especially you guys going out on Tinder. All right? Guys, maybe nobody's ever told you this before, all right? And I'm going to tell you this right now. There's nothing feminine about getting a fucking manicure and pedicure. That's right. There's nothing feminine about getting a fucking manicure and pedicure. Take care of your fucking toes and your fingers. You know why? Because when you are sitting at a table, what's the closest thing to that woman that you're sitting at the table with? Your nose, but it's going to be your hands, especially if you're an animated person and you're going to talk with your hands. They're going to see your hands. So that entire 2-hour, 1 hour, 15-minute meeting, they're going to be able to see your fucking hands, your fucking nails. And if that shit is dirty and rancid, why in the world do you think they would want you to put your hands on their fucking face or on the small of their back or run your hands through their hair? Guys, do the small shit. It's the little stuff, like you do with your car. It's the trim. It's the armor all on the trim of the car. It's the waxing of the wheels, right? It's the chrome little tops on the air spigot. Those are the things that seals the deal, that says you went the extra mile. But it also prevents people from getting or having some negative thoughts about you, because the last thing you want is you're trying to engage this lady that you met on Tinder, fantastic, by far better than your ex, and every time you move your hand, she's looking at, damn, this motherfucker even wash his hands? Did he just go to the bathroom? Does he wash his hands when he takes a shit? His hands are so fucking dirty, he can't even take the time to wash his hands. You don't want those thoughts to be going through there. You want to be like, man, he really pays attention to detail. That means he can take care of me. That means in the bedroom, he's going to pay attention to detail. This is the kind of guy that I want. Now, it might only help you 1% or 0.5%, but you know what? It's a game of percentages out there, right? You need everything working in your favor. All right. It is what it is. But remember, while you're getting your shit together, whatever you do, however you do it, celebrate life. I'll see you in the next episode.